Draymond suspension. He is suspended indefinitely. What was your first reaction? This has been kind of phrased and positioned as like the benchmark inflection point of Draymond's antics here.
Yeah, the thing that struck me first was open-endedness like this can mean it can mean anything, which is the point of leaving it open-ended. But in the past, there was I believe the team had said that Draymond was going to take like an indefinite leave of absence after he punched Jordan Poole in the face. And then that only wound up being, a couple of games, and he was back for ring night, I think, right? And it was like preseason suspension that then he came back for the start of the regular season. And so somebody had, when I was discussing this last night, somebody said, well, listen, indefinite could just mean he comes back in 2 games. And that doesn't feel like what's going to happen here.
I'd be shocked.
I would be shocked if that was the case. But I also think that there's a glass half full way to look at an indefinite suspension, and there's a glass half empty way to look at it. And the glass half full one is this allows the league some, leeway and flexibility in dealing with like case by case matters that could involve mental health issues or sensitivity training or sort of touchier subjects that are not simply this is a physical act that is being responded to with a set level of punishment. The pessimistic view, it's a pretty big power grab to just sort of say you're suspended until we think you're sorry enough or we feel confident you've sufficiently met whatever amorphous criteria that may or may not even like be firmly laid out by the league. And if you were someone who looked skeptically at institutions and power structures, you might be like, well, the guy who works for the owners being able to say don't get to play until I say so maybe isn't the most awesome thing for like labor relations. And so whether that's a bigger picture thing worth keeping an eye on. What looked to me at the time of the Gobert incident, like this is maybe somebody who is trying to process something big in a way that's not working quite right. And doing it in a way where like what is required of him to get to the competitive level that he needs to get to have the kind of impact to which he's accustomed, it's maybe bleeding over the edge now. And this certainly doesn't make me think that less. I'll say that.